Alright, rolling.
Remember to bring it close so they can pick up the sound. Yeah, that should be good.
Alright. Giving our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruach God on the two the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone.
That's right.
Back out here on another Saturday. Yeah, gonna spit out some truth, bring this truth to the people, man, in the year of turn up.
Yep.
Yeah?
2022.
2022, so we're just gonna throw out our seeds, throw out the seeds, and let Yahweh Shem Yoshai Spirit do the rest.
Come on.
Yeah, man, so.
Ready?
Yeah.
Right, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 11. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto God, and I trust also you are made manifest in your consciences.
Yes. Talking about the terror of the Lord, man. So, we know the terror of the Lord, you know? And the terror of the Lord is terrible. Like we saw that incident, I saw that little video on this young girl, 17 years of age, 17 months, let me get that right, 17 years of age, mauled by a dog.
Edomite or
little Edomite girl. Yeah, but there's a lot of stories. If you just tap on, go and pull up a lot of these accidents by death by dogs and by animals, you see a lot of Edomites getting attacked by dogs, man. Judgments. Jake too gets as always get caught up in a lot of the, you know, the judgments that take place in the earth.
17-month-old baby.
17 months
mauled to death by dogs.
Mauled to death by a dog. Some dog, they say they're doing some investigation regarding whether it was some kind of illegal crossbreed.
Okay.
Right? Because the owner, they only had it for a week.
Damn.
And so they don't really know that much, you know, don't know as far as the breed of it or the owner. They're investigating the owner. But the point is, that was the terror of the Lord, man.
That's right, yeah.
And I said, boy, man, you know, the terror of the Lord is don't play. There's many examples of the terror of the Lord, man. Even over there in Ukraine, the people them think they bombed this yard. You know, we're hearing about rumors of war. They bombed this safe haven where people are supposed to be in there, you know, hiding and being, you know, believing that they're in a safe place, like the hospital. Imagine you're in a hospital and they're just, this is all the terror of the Lord, in a nutshell. This is all the terror of the Lord.
Got a precept for it.
Yeah.
This is Sirach 39 and 28. There be spirits which are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, and in the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Right. So that was the wrath, you know, that was the wrath of the Most High, man.
Of God.
And he doesn't see age, he doesn't see colour, he doesn't see class. When the angels are appointed to go and take out do their hitman,
Yep.
yeah, take out, do your bidding, do the Most High's bidding. Yeah, there is no what's the word, man? There is no respect of persons.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you carry on reading that precept.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So it says, read it again, right? There be Sirach 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail,
Right.
famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts, that's what you were just saying, the dog mauling the baby to death.
Yeah.
Teeth of wild beasts, and scorpions and serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction.
Yeah.
You said it was an Edomite baby, right?
Edomite, man. Yeah.
If I may, it's like what does Psalms 58 verse 3 says? It says the wicked are estranged from the womb, they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So that little Edomite baby wasn't innocent, man. Because Job 4 and 8 says, whoever perished being innocent, or where are the righteous cut off. So basically that spirit that was in that little Edomite baby that got mauled, that spirit had walked the earth before. And it had lived its life, done whatever it had done, and it had done things which were evidently wicked. So when it went up to the judgment throne of the Most High, it said, look man, you're going to rest for a short time, and you're going to come back on earth, and you're going to play out your punishment. So the punishment for that little Edomite baby was to die by the teeth of wild beasts. So that was all judgment from the Lord. It's not a coincidence, it's not an accident, it's not some tragedy, this is just a straight judgment, man. That's why you have to fear the Lord, man.
Yeah.
King of terrors, back to you.
Yeah, that's exactly right, man. That's why we read that. We start with that. We open with the precept, 2 Corinthians 5, man. I'll read it again. Knowing, therefore, the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. Because I remember, you know, we had this. We was anticipating the Passover. Yeah, and brother elder Apostle Rakar was saying, "You got to pray, man." And even our elder over down in the central, saying when they had that little gathering, you know, get together for all the sincere akim, you know, in the London Central to get together. He was saying he could take any one of us at any time
for any reason.
Yeah. So that was the. I mean, last year I remember I was a little bit. Or let me say the year before when it came to the Passover, I was a little bit more blasé than I was the year before that. You know, blasé. Oh, I'm here. Get some more. I think that was like around the year 2017 when I officially came into GMS. I was just looking forward to it, just with joy, right? And then it got little bit more somber, a little bit more solemn. I understood the solemnness of it, but anyway. To this point, to this year, it was like more. I got the point, man.
Yeah.
That more now. I got the point. I prayed more. I was walking a little bit more. You know, I was being the time that we live in, the days are a little bit more circumspect in the times that we live in because the days are wicked, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Feed him in the time for the days of evil.
You know, so pray every day. And even another thing what the elder who said that statement. He said. We should be doing this all year round. That mindset. Same spirit, that same attitude, that same spirit all year round, every day, because we don't know. We've seen, even in our short space of time, we've seen. What would you say, man? Ever ready batteries. No. Yeah, ever ready batteries, because Duracell is the long lasting. Ever ready batteries come and go, man. It was just ever ready, man. No long lasting about it, man. You know. The race is not for the swift, but who can enjoy it, man. So we want to be those guys, man.
That's
with
right.
Duracell, you know, even the Most High, through the power and spirit of the Most High, man. So knowing, therefore, the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, because you see, if you have that spirit when you first come in, that is everything is just more. It's just blasé. You want to be on the camera. You want to just be a speaker and be able to curse out Esau and tell him about himself and tell a nigger woman about himself, man. And that's all it is. That's all. Then you ain't growing, man.
That's right.
You're just going around in circles, man. You know, because it's much deeper than that.
They're like a hamster on a treadmill. They're running, but they ain't going nowhere.
Although that is a major part of it, because that's why we're talking about terror now, and that's what the spirit that the Most High got me bringing this, you know, this idea of the Most High to be in fear, to fear the Most High.
Yep.
Because He don't mess, He don't play. Yeah. I've got another precept.
Go ahead.
Matter of fact, we can go through some of these precepts here. Here's one in Isaiah chapter 19. Yeah, if you can get it, Shah.
Isaiah 19.
Yeah, Isaiah chapter 19. And then we're going to look at some good examples of why we should fear. Yeah, reverence the Most High. Yahweh, why Yahweh. I learned a very valuable lesson, you know, on my testimony. I'm not getting to that.
You know? Want to start from verse 1?
Start from. I'll go straight to the point. Yeah. Go to, read 14, please.
Right, Isaiah 19, verse 14. Yahweh have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Yeah, man. There's a perverse spirit, you know, a really nasty perverse spirit, man. We was just talking before, you know. Esau's got people doing things, man, that they wouldn't normally do. Even Jake selling their soul, man. And back to what the elder said again. There's certain Jakes you might look at and you might think, oh, he's a gangbanger, man. He's a tough dude, man. And they're sucking rod. Yeah, they're sucking rod, man, behind the seats
And grabbing their ankles.
Yeah? Fucking hell, man. So that's perverse, man. The spirit gets them. because they're not under the banner, they're not under protection of Yehovah Shem Yehoshai, man. Yeah? Jump down to 17 to the point of Yehoshai.
Isaiah 19 verse 17. And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself, because the counsel of Yahweh of hosts which I have determined against it.
Right, that reminds me of the scripture that we opened up with. Terror, knowing the terror of the Lord, man, we persuade men. Because if you don't hear us, if you don't listen to us just little, you know, little with our little garments and, you know, these two guys here that look like straight niggas to you in the corner. If you don't listen to us, man, you're gonna learn the hard way anyway. You're gonna feel the terror of the Lord.
As Apostle Gabari says, when words won't teach, adversity will.
Right, man. So we got a little example here. Something that I like to look at. I like to look at examples of why. Wisdom of Solomon. We're going to bring out some of the precepts of Wisdom of Solomon. Yeah. Wisdom of Solomon, chapters 18.
Okay.
Start from. Yeah, we'll start from chapters 1. Wisdom of Solomon, yeah, Wisdom of Solomon, chapters 18, verse 1. Yeah.
Right, it says, Wisdom of Solomon 18:1. Nevertheless, thy saints had a very great light, whose voice they hearing, and not seeing their shape, because they also had not suffered the same things, they were counted them happy.
Yeah, Carol.
But for that they did not hurt them now, of whom they had been wronged before, they thanked them and besought them pardon for that they had been enemies.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Instead whereof thou gavest them a burning pillar of fire, both to be a guide of the unknown journey, and an harmless sun to entertain them honourably.
Yeah, so this is talking about when we sojourned out of Egypt, and how the Most High was watching over us by means of the fire, the fiery pillar by day, which was a chariot, the cloud by day, and the fiery pillar of fire by night. So we was protected, we was under the banner and the protection of the Most High wrath, man. And we're going to carry on reading.
Yep.
We're going to break it down.
Reading on, it says, verse 4, for they were worthy to be deprived of light and imprisoned in darkness, who had kept thy sons shut up, by whom the uncorrupt light of the law was not given unto the world, was to be given unto the world. And when they had determined to slay the babes of the saints, one child being cast forth and saved, to reprove them, thou tookest away the multitude of their children and destroyed them altogether with a mighty water.
Yeah. So that's the terror of the Lord right there. Yeah, because they were seeking to kill Moses and all those.
Yeah, the firstborn.
So they went. What's the word, man? They went ballistic. They went mad because they wanted to, thinking that they could stop prophecy, thinking that they could stop the prophet Moses from being given birth, which is a prophetic pattern to Yehoshai.
Yes.
Same thing what happened to Yehoshai.
Yeah. Because Yehoshai is going to deliver his people as the way Moses delivered us when we was in Egypt.
Right. So they understood the fear of the Lord. They got anyway. So that was one point. We're going to carry on because really we're just bringing out these scriptures just to remind ourselves, and for those who may, the YouTube people, them, yeah. This is no joke. This truth is no joke, as we get reminders all of the time from our elders apostles.
Yep. Yes. Verse 6. Of that night were our fathers certified afore, that assuredly knowing unto oaths they had given credence, that they might afterwards be of good cheer. So of thy people was accepted both the salvation of the righteous and destruction of the enemies.
Yeah. So the destruction of the enemies, man. And this is a prefix for our enemies who came up against us today. They should be shitting themselves if they really, but they ain't gonna be shitting themselves because they ain't got the understanding that we got. Yeah. But they will be shitting themselves. Yeah, as it goes on to explain. Yeah, in carry on reading.
Yeah. It says, verse 8. For wherewith thou did punish our adversaries, by the same thou didst glorify us, whom thou hast called,
Yeah, because when the enemies get destroyed, that's like Most High rubbing their faces, rubbing their faces in it, and that's a glory unto us.
Yeah.
That's victory. That's a victory to us. Because I've done a video this week, man. The victory is already written.
Yeah.
The victory is already written, but I want to be there
To see it.
Right, and are you going to be there? We just got to keep on doing it, man. Keep on, through the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, man. This is not up to us anyway. Who's going to be saved and delivered? This is through the terror of the Lord why we do this.
And so like may I also say, like you said, you hope you'll be around to see it. The scriptures do say, "Happy is the man that liveth to see the fall of his enemy."
Right. Yeah, that's in Sirach 25. Yeah, that's one of my favorite precepts, man. Yeah, one of my favorite precepts because you don't enter a battle to become in second place or third place.
Yeah, you want to get first.
Some people are happy to get the bronze medal. I was talking about sports, right?
Yeah.
I always wanted the gold. I believed I could get the gold. When you're in your comfort zone in a certain thing, right now we're gathering, we're building up our confidence, building up our relationship with Yahweh Shemir Shai, and the beginning of wisdom. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So the Passover we had, I was a little bit more fearful, which means I got a little bit more wisdom. By definition, it means I got a little bit more wisdom than I had last year and the year before that and the year before that.
And that's a sign of growth, which is good.
Right, so that's giving all praises to Yahweh Shemir Shai. We want the victory, man. Right, that's why we meditate terror, man, and that's why we're at it, today.
Yeah. You want to read more?
Yeah, Bible Shai.
Right, so where am I? It says
in 8 verses 8.
Right, so verse 8, Wisdom of Solomon 19 and so it's like 18 and 8. For wherewith thou did punish our adversaries, by the same thou didst glorify us whom thou hast called. For the righteous children of good men did sacrifice secretly, and with one consent made a holy law, that the saints should be alike partakers of the same good and evil. The fathers are now singing out the songs of his praise.
Yeah, man. And we're going to be singing, man. Some days, every day is different, but some days you might get up and you might just say, let me just sing some praises to the Most High, man, Because I put up a little meme of Peter Tosh, right? Peter Tosh, these were you heard about Bob Marley and the Wailers. Peter Tosh, Bob Marley and Bunny Wailer, they were the Wailers. And he put up a little meme and I was laughing when I first heard it. He said, nobody now sing about God no more, something to that effect. Everybody, the man today, all he wants to sing about is his woman. He loves woman more than he loves the Most High.
That's right.
He created the sun, the moon, and the stars.
That's right.
Like that English grammar, bomber clots. That was the spirit. The spirit jumped on him, man.
Yeah.
Maybe he was smoking weed. It might be the left hand spirit. I don't know.
But it's the truth.
He was, a clock is right twice a flipping. A broken clock is right twice a day, man. So that was the spirit, man. Some days and I was saying to you, when I remember now, because things are coming back to me, because when you come in the truth, I'll speak for myself. You're born again.
You're a new creature.
You're a new creature. But that is a beautiful thing. And I usually bring it up. Because to be born again, it would mean that you'd be able to be born again, but this time you know what you know now. You understand what I'm saying? If you went back into your mother's womb, and I'm just talking, making a point. If I went back into my mother's womb and came out again with what I know now,
you'd live a different life.
That would be beautiful. That's a beautiful thing right there, man. Most High gave me a second chance, man.
Yeah.
So that's how you feel. You should feel with renew. You should feel good. You're born again, but this time the Most High giving you've got wisdom now, where you can bestow to others. And also you can avoid pitfalls that you made when you was in ignorance the first time round. So you can use that wisdom to your advantage, man. So now, when you get up, you sing praises to Yahweh Shemir Shai now. Yeah. Fuck all that fucking romance and all that shit.
Yeah.
Where it's just
woman worship.
Yeah. That bomber clout English grammar. Man sing about woman, loving woman more than him love the woman. More than the creator, who created the sun, the moon, and the stars.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So we give him praises to Yahweh Shib and Shai, man. Anything else is second behind that. Anything else, pleasure, entertainment, it all comes behind all that. Most High worship comes first, man, and giving him praises. That's where it's at. I say that humbly, you know.
I got one.
Bring it out.
Right, this is Wisdom of Solomon 13:3. Actually, let me start from 13:1. There's 3 verses, right? It's Wisdom of Solomon 13 verse 1. Surely vain are all men by nature, who are ignorant of God, and could not out of the good things that are seen know him that is, neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the workmaster, but deemed either fire or wind or the swift air or the circle of the stars or the violent water or the lights of heaven to be the gods which govern the world. Verse 3. With whose beauty, if they being delighted took them to be gods, let them know how much better the Lord of them is, for he is the first author of beauty, and he hath created them. So Yahweh was the first author of beauty. So when you might see a woman, you think, man, that woman's good looking, I love you, you're into her, you love her and stuff. In the back of your mind, if you're a spiritual man, you always remember, hang on a minute, she was created by the Most High. So who should you really love more? The thing created or the workmaster? You know, Yahweh is the first author of beauty. So really, if you're going to worship a woman, you're out of your mind, man, because really you're not supposed to have any other gods before the Most High. So if you're getting down on your knees to a woman, you know, looking up to her, oh please marry me, all this shit, you're in violation of Exodus 20 verse 24. Exodus 20 and verse 4, thou shalt have no other gods before me. But if I may say, that's exactly what the women want. Because women want to be worshipped. They want themselves to be, if the word, deified.
Yeah.
They love it when men get down and, oh, you're so beautiful, I love you, blah, blah, blah. You're a princess, you're a goddess. You see on social media, some woman shaking her ass, twerking, and you got loads of these simps on the comment board saying, oh, you're such a beautiful goddess, any man would be lucky to be with you. Women get off on that shit, man. They get gassed by that.
That's right, man. So, yeah, most men are under that spirit. That spirit, the vibration of the marrying the woman, getting married, getting down on one knee and marrying the woman, and a lot of men will be taken out of this truth because of that. But you know, we're going to stay on because of woman, you know. But we're going to stay on the topic, you know, at hand, all right? Because this is about fearing the Most High, which is on point anyway. You know, fear the Most High, the ultimate terror on the earth. Man. By definition, the biggest terrorists, the real terrorists. You know, people talk about terrorists and oh, you got to be scared of these bombers, you know, over there in Ukraine and you know, who's behind that, man? You know, you mentioned this Sirach 39, didn't it? Sirach 39 and 28, was it? Spirits, great.
Yes, spirit of vengeance, which pour out their fury.
That's the spirit of fury, man. Fire. He mentions fire. That's one of the furies, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fire and hailstones, man.
Yeah.
That's the spirit right there. It's the Most High. When you really check it and meditate upon the Most High, you know, do what He asks you to do, man. If you wanna, you know.
You know, it's lucky. You know, in the film The Terminator.
Yeah.
The first one when you know, Carl Reese is trying to protect her from the Terminator. Yeah. They get to that bit in the techno nightclub and he pulls out the gun with the red scope. He's about to shoot Sarah Connor. Then Carl Reese shoots the Terminator with a shotgun.
Carl Reese played John Connor, yeah?
Carl Reese played Carl Reese.
Oh.
John Connor's father from Terminator 1.
Oh, yeah, Terminator 1. Right.
Yeah. So he shoots the Terminator and he goes up to Sarah Connor and he says to her, come with me if you want to live. Right? That's how it is with this truth. Yeah. If you want to live, you've got to follow Yahweh Shai, man. That's basically, it's coming to you now through the mouth of his servants, the prophets, and we're saying to you, come this way if you want to live. Yeah. If you don't want to live, then you go your way, but you're going to be going on to destruction. Yeah. Because when Yahweh Shai comes to judge this world, he's bringing a sword and fire. You know, this is going to be great judgment.
Yeah, man. So, you know, through the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. You know, and don't get bogged down with all this vocab alone shit. Yeah?
Leave vocab alone.
Yeah, you know. Vocab, the fuck is because it was vocabulary.
You ain't even got a good vocabulary.
Right, and at the end of the day, man, you know, he just wants to stop the building taking place, man.
Yeah, he's hurt, man.
Yeah, you got to address that fool. You got to address him. Curse his ass out. You know, he's on a downward spiral to death anyway.
Yeah, he's not got no traction, man. He's had his heyday. Now he's not even really relevant anymore. He ain't really getting.
He's had his fun, innit?
The limelight like that.
Yeah, I like that. I remember when we were younger, we used to have the egg timer. The egg timer.
Yeah, the sand.
You know, if you want to, you know,
yeah,
the sand egg timer. That's all them scoffers, man. Because many have come and many have gone already.
Yeah.
You know? Have you got something you want to bring up?
Yeah, on the terror of the Lord. It's like a. You want to make a point now? Bring it up.
No, go on.
Right, Deuteronomy 32 and verse 39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. I'm just speaking that for a second. One of the important points in this precept, it says, I kill and I make alive, and also the Most High wounds and He heals. So as the brother Ariel was saying, around this time of Passover, we're being more spiritually minded in the sense of trying to walk the right way in this truth. So you've got to look at everything that happens to you with spiritual eyes. Don't just take things at face value. And around this time, a lot of us are being more spiritual, which hopefully we'll continue to do and grow further as we go. But the point I want to make is that you've got to look at everything in your life with spiritual eyes. So let's say you're walking down the road and maybe you bump into a lamppost or something, you hit your shoulder. You got to say, hang on a minute, that's from the Lord. Or let's say you're walking up the stairs and you bang your foot, that's from the Lord, because it says I wound and I heal. So everything that happens to you, you've got to look at it with spiritual eyes, because nothing happens by chance or coincidence. It's all ordained by the Most High. And what you need to be doing is hoping that you're walking worthy of the vocation wherewith you've been called, and that you're doing things that are pleasing to the Most High, and that He keeps you in this truth to the end. Now some of us obviously aren't going to, some of us will die, but it's not because we're wicked.
Maybe a martyr dying.
We may become martyrs.
Maybe.
There you go, that's the point I'm trying to make. Martyrdom is a part of this truth. So we know that could be our lot, but we hope to be, we all hope to endure unto the end and to see the salvation.
Yeah, to see the downfall of our enemies, like that precept you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, happy is the man that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
Whatever's written, yeah, the victory is already written. Whether we're written to be martyrs, yeah, we might see certain brothers who might say, man, the spirit on him, you know. But what's written is written, man.
Yeah.
Some brothers are going to get spiritual power and they're going to be taking down their enemies, man.
Yeah.
You know, Lord willing, like, if I go by some of the visions that I've been having recently, right? But let me just bring out a little testimony, because you mentioned about, I was talking to the captain, because everything is spiritual. And I remember I was a danger man, right? I believed I wanted to be like a stunt man when I was younger. And I've been in
daredevil.
Brothers who we spoke of, we spoke, they know. I was always in and out of hospital, man. Always in and out of hospital. And there was a time, just one thing that happened. Like, you know, there was we was playing HAD. And I used to love my BMX bikes, them days, the BMXs, and even before me, the BMXs, the made-up bikes, all kind of made-up bikes. And I was doing my Even Knievel we used to do Even Knievel on the roof.
Jumping off?
Yeah, jumping from, there was 3 roofs, right? Roof there, a high roof there, and a low roof there. So we would go on the high roof, and we would jump from that roof to that roof. Yeah. And that was a high roof. But just to cut to the chase, we played. You know, there was a lot of things that happened, right? And I ain't gonna go all into it. One of the elders always says that. I ain't gonna go all into it. You know, but Spirit brings out things. What should be brought out. And I remember being pushed off. You know, a particular person pushed me off this roof.
Was you on the bike?
No, I was
standing up,
and I went bam. Right? My heart stopped. You know, people say that they feel like they've died.
Yeah.
But that happened to me a couple of times. I died. I have actually died, right? But then my heart stopped, because if you have a slam hard enough on the floor, flat on your back, hard on the floor, your heart can stop and you can suffocate to death. And it stopped for a little while. And I was like, yeah. And my brother came down. And he go, get up, right? Because that's how we was was rough. So you know what? When he done that, my heart kicked in, started again, and I got up because there was no. If you ever watch a child when they fall over and or they cry, they cut this off them, and the mum goes, "Oh, what's wrong?" And they start crying more. Yeah. Psychology, when you understand about psychology.
Yeah, because they know they get attention.
Right. So when they get mother cuddled, right, the little baby gets mother cuddled, and gets all pitiful, and you get all mercy on the baby. Because you've made a big deal of it, they make a big deal of it. Oh, it might not be so big, it might be just a little thing, but they start crying because it's a big. Mum says it's a big deal, because they're reading the spirit, you know. So if the mum says, "Oh, you're all right, come on, carry on," the baby she just snaps out of it, and she carries on. In most cases, right? So this is what happened with me, man, because I literally died. If they would have said, "Oh shit, you're gonna die, let's get the ambulance,"
you'd have believed in that, yeah.
You know, start whatever, man. But get up! You know, like the Benjamin. Get the fuck up, man. Some army kind of sergeant makes me kick. I just got up. Yeah, like, get up, he's alright. Don't feel sorry for him. That was his mentality, but let me say something, it worked, but I died, man.
Forgive me for asking, how high would you say?
It was high.
Like, high as this lamppost?
It was around as high as that lamppost. It wasn't no small drop.
Yeah.
It was a high drop. So when I was walking, right, because you can't show no pain around some people.
Yeah.
I was walking, fucking hell, should I go to hospital?
Yeah.
And then after a while, when you're young, you bounce back anyway. The body, regenerates anyway. But most people would have died. It was serious, man. Yeah, it appeared to be.
Why did the person push you? Was it an accident or was it intentional?
People are excited. People get excited. That's the point. The point I'm making is this.
So like, it's an interesting story.
Yeah, I know you get into the psychology of it, and I get that. But the point of it was that first people get excited and you're young. It's about drama, but because there was no affection or pity shown.
Toughen up.
Man's going with the Lord anyway.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I could have died a couple of times. The things that I've done. People talk about near-death experiences or dying and seeing things.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of things like that. There was another one. Let me give one more. I actually died. Right. I went unconscious. Have you heard of bundle?
No,
bundle when you're younger.
When you jump in and you fight.
In rugby they call it scrum.
Yeah, you jump in. Yeah, we used to have that sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ages since I heard that term.
Yeah,
bundle. Yeah.
Right? Or when you see the rugby and they get round and they scrum and someone's in the them, I fall on him. That happened, right? I remember saying it to someone, and I was unconscious. Right? I went somewhere, and all I remember, if you get a hard enough lick, you do see stars. That's true. Yeah. You see stars. I saw stars, bro. Stars. I came back. I got up because there was no mercy. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. What happened? You understand? So I've been in the hospital. The point is that everything is spiritual. And when I was in hospital, and I started to become aware of medicines, pharmacy, and all the people who were drugged up, zombified, and all that of it, it stayed with me. So when I got a bit older, I knew that I wasn't going to go down that road. I started to even ask me, when I was in the children's home, they said to me, what do you want? I always used to ask for something healthy. Understand? Like brown bread. I don't want white bread, I want brown bread. Even on that lower level. Yeah, I want brown rice. So I always was aware that I wanted to be healthy. I wanted to be super healthy. You understand what I'm saying? Because of it was the most highest rule that I literally died a couple of times, so that I could be in hospital, laid out.
So you could see what's going on in there.
Yeah, and
I see.
You understand?
Makes sense. Man's going to the Lord.
When you see man laid out, and can I go to the toilet? And you walk to the toilet and you see, and you're observing. That guy's over there. Look at him. He's on the
mash up. Yeah.
He's on the life support machine. He's over there. And you understand? Is that what it's like when you're in hospital? Yeah. It's a graveyard.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah.
So, and just to say as well, when you get a strong head blow, they check to see if you're going to have concussions. Yeah. So every half an hour or so, the nurse will come and they will wake you up, look in your eyes to see if your pupils are still working. If it's not working.